ہلمند میں افیون کی کاشت ایک خاندانی معاملہ ہے. افغانستان منشیات کا سب سے بڑا سپلائر ہے. پہلے یہاں طالبان کا کنٹرول تھا، لیکن کاشتکار کہتے ہیں کہ اب اس سے افیون کی کاشت میں کوئی فرق نہیں پڑا.
حکومت تو اپنی جیبیں بھرتی ہے، طالبان کی طرح حکام بھی ہم سے بتا لیتے ہیں.
کابل میں سرکاری بیان تو یہی ہے کہ منشیات کے معاملے میں حکومت جیت رہی ہے، لیکن انسداد منشیات کی وزیر کے دفتر میں افیون کی پیداوار دکھانے والا یہ نقشہ اور ہی کہانی بتاتا ہے. یہ پوسٹ کی کاشت شمالی افغانستان کے ایسے حصے میں ہو رہی ہے جس کا کنٹرول افغان حکومت کے ہاتھوں میں ہے.
میں نے افیون کی کاشت اس لیے شروع کی تاکہ ہمارے پاس 2 وقت کا کھانا ہو. پہلے حکومت اس پر بہت سختی کرتی تھی، لیکن اب نہیں.
یہ کہتے ہیں کہ مقامی اہلکار جانتے ہیں کہ یہاں کیا ہو رہا ہے. ثبوت؟ یہ شخص مقامی افسر ہے. سچ تو یہ ہے کہ اس سال افغانستان سے اس سے بھی زیادہ ہیروئن نکلے گی جتنی کہ دنیا استعمال کرتی ہے. اس کا مطلب آپ کی ہی سڑک پر زیادہ اور سستی ہیروئن مل سکے گی.
Almost 30 million people around the world are suffering from drug addiction. That's according to an annual UN report. Opioids are named as the most harmful drug type. The document says that the marked increase in global opium production is primarily due to rising poppy yields in Afghanistan. Murad Gazdiev reports from Kabul.
10 years ago, it was a problem. 5 years ago, it was a catastrophe. Now, it is a global epidemic.
The war did this. Most people's addiction comes from the fighting, the conflict.
90% of the world's heroin originates in Afghanistan. Only a fraction of that amount is used domestically, but the effects are devastating. The pit of despair, right in the middle of the Afghan capital. This dry riverbed is actually infamous for being a haunt of drug addicts. This is where they come to feed their addiction. The impoverished, the homeless, the desperate, and the hopeless. There are actually many more in the shade under the bridge we're on, but we dare not get out the car, much less go down there. We would be attacked. Many of these people have unfortunately lost all touch with reality. We spent only minutes there. Yet, in just that short time, we filmed this. An addict picks up a rock and assaults a bodyguard escorting medics. Locals say it's getting worse and worse. This footage was filmed for us by a former drug addict who used to be a regular here. He too was eventually assaulted and forced to flee.
Every day it is getting worse, not better. I run 2 rehab centers, one for men and one for women. Many of the women are mothers with children. I once treated a 4-year-old addict.
Sad, but far away, you might think. Not so. Most of the heroin you'll find in Canada, for example, comes from Afghanistan. The war and lawlessness here are killing people as far away as the Americas.
It's not only the Afghan problem, the Afghan government that is unable to fight opium and narcotics, but it's also the international community that is actually failing miserably to fight the opium products or the opium production. Their countermeasures or to fight drugs were clearly ineffective.
Afghan opioids are trafficked everywhere via well-oiled smuggling routes. North to Russia and Europe, east to Asia, west to the Middle East, Africa and the Americas. The opium industry of Afghanistan is killing tens of thousands worldwide every year. This war is being felt in every corner of the world.
I've seen Afghans generals, police generals with my own eyes that they were colluding in the south with drug smugglers. So it is a business of multi-billions and billions dollars that reaches to the pockets of the Taliban, but also to corrupt Afghan officials.
For millions of Afghans, there's not much of a choice. Work is scarce, other crops are riskier and less profitable. Heroin can both kill and feed.
When you go there in the opium season, you see schools empty, and you see universities even empty, where Afghans are leaving schools and university for 15 to 20 days to work in the opium fields and find employment.
1 in 10 Afghans is directly involved in the opium industry. Now, consider the families, children that they feed, and the sheer size of the problem becomes evident. Where do you even begin? Since the NATO invasion, it has exploded. This year's opium harvest could well be the largest yet. Where George Bush tried to at least limit it, under Obama, drug control programs in Afghanistan were cut by 90%.
It's politics. The ministers, the politicians, authorities want poppy cultivation to continue. If the Americans wanted to, they could stop it in a day, but they don't.
The unofficial reason is that if coalition forces start eradicating poppy fields, angry farmers would flock to the Taliban, which doesn't make much sense, given that Washington also says that the Taliban profits most from poppy cultivation. Regardless, one thing is clear. For now, America intends to do nothing about it. Morad Gazdiev, RT, from Kabul, Afghanistan.